the cameras flashed, the crowd froze, and just like that, Hollywood had a completely new obsession.
I mean, it was like time literally stopped for a second there.
Welcome to Starscope Report. Join Jordan and Jamie as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And today we are jumping into a seriously fascinating deep dive. We have this stack of sources, recent entertainment articles from right now, June 2026.
Right, and also this incredibly detailed YouTube transcript that just, breaks down the decade-long fallout of a single television performance.
Yeah, the main topic is based on that video title, The Moment Zendaya Knew Tom Holland Was Different.
Which is just the perfect hook, honestly, because setting the stage here, today is June 21st, 2026, and the internet is just completely losing its mind.
Oh, entirely. I mean, Tom Holland finally confirmed his secret marriage to Zendaya.
Exactly. The whole entertainment ecosystem is buzzing. But the real story we're pulling from these sources isn't actually the wedding itself. It's the origin of their spark.
Right. To really understand this 2026 marriage confirmation, we have to travel back to 2017 to decode the exact moment Zendaya reportedly, fell hard.
So picture the setting. It's lip sync battle. Tom Holland is 21 years old. He has just recently been cast as Spider-Man, which, that comes with an astronomical level of scrutiny.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure is just insane.
Right. So he starts this performance in a classic baggy gray suit, complete with a tie and a fedora, and he's miming Gene Kelly's Singin' in the Rain.
It's the quintessential safe Hollywood homage. He is really leaning into that classic leading man aesthetic.
Yeah, but then the routine operates on this mechanism of tonal whiplash.
It really does. He ducks behind this wall of umbrellas. The music abruptly switches to Rihanna's pop anthem Umbrella, and he rips off the gray suit.
And re-emerges wearing a vinyl halter neck corset with silver buttons down the front, matching black shorts with white trim fishnet tights.
Don't forget the dark bob wig and red lipstick.
Exactly. And then he executes this high-energy, intensely choreographed dance routine in artificial rain.
It's iconic.
I think the analogy that best explains this is it's like a superhero taking off their armor to reveal their actual strength. Usually the highly engineered suit is what gives the hero their power, right? But in this instance, the sheer vulnerability of the drag performance, the willingness to look potentially foolish on national television, that was a far bigger stunt than any wire work he ever did in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, totally. Because if you think about modern Hollywood PR, it's like a hyper-efficient immune system.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Publicists and agents usually act as white blood cells. They aggressively attack anything messy or off-brand to protect the host. And in this case, the host is the anchor of a multi-billion-dollar comic book franchise.
You're supposed to stay clean, stay predictable, and avoid alienating any core demographic.
Exactly. But Holland essentially bypassed his own PR immune system by injecting a massive dose of vulnerability. By looking completely unrestrained, he paradoxically proved he was unshakable.
And what really blows my mind from examining these sources, this was not some brilliantly orchestrated PR masterstroke designed by a boardroom. His own father, Dominic Holland, actually tried to kill the performance.
Wait, really? His dad tried to stop it?
Yeah. His dad is a writer and comedian, and he warned his son that doing this could literally destroy his career before it ever really started.
Yeah.
He said in the entertainment business, you want to get famous as slowly as possible.
That is wild. Imagine the pressure.
Right. Holland actually admitted he was standing on that stage in the gray suit, looking at an audience of mostly 19-year-olds, and he could feel the energy in the room literally deflate.
Oh.
Yeah. He thought to himself, what on earth am I doing? Knowing his own father considered it career suicide. And yet, he still rips the suit off. That requires a terrifying level of internal conviction.
It really does. And the sources reveal this fascinating detail about his own self-awareness during the dress rehearsal. The wardrobe department actually offered to make the black shorts a little bit shorter.
And he said no, right?
Yeah, he rejected it outright. He stated that he was already doing enough, noting the performance was still years ahead of its time. He mapped exactly where the boundary of public acceptability was in 2017, and he deliberately parked himself right on the edge of it.
Which brings us to the real catalyst of this entire narrative. And that's not even the wildest part, by the way.
Oh, yeah. If you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
Definitely. So I want you to think about a time you were boxed into a professional corner. People look at your resume or your appearance and decide exactly what you're capable of.
Limiting your potential based on assumptions.
Exactly. That was Tom Holland in 2015 when his casting was first announced. Critics and loud segments of the internet labeled him as slightly wimpy because he didn't possess the traditional hulking physique of an action star.
But the sheer boldness of the lip sync completely dismantled that narrative.
And more importantly, it shifted the dynamic between Holland and his co-star, Zendaya.
Right. Industry insiders refer to this as the umbrella effect, because they were already friends, right? They met in 2016 working on Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, they were close. But when Zendaya watched this specific drag performance, an insider noted her expression famously shifted from shock to pure admiration.
The source explicitly stated she was smitten and fell hard right in that moment.
Which the psychology there is vital. It takes a massive, unshakable level of security for a straight man to pull off drag on national television without a hint of irony.
It proved his artistic gravity far outweighed his physical stature.
And the evolution of their fiercely guarded relationship traces directly back to that shift in perception. I mean, they spent years batting away dating rumors, insisting they were just best friends.
Until that critical pivot in 2021, the privacy breach.
Oh, right. When they were photographed by paparazzi kissing in a car, stopped at a red light in L.A.
The fallout from that fundamentally altered their strategy. When Holland spoke to GQ magazine about it, he articulated a profound sense of violation. He stated they felt robbed of their privacy.
He talked about how loving someone is a sacred thing, and a moment you believe is shared exclusively between two people is suddenly commodified and broadcast to the world.
And Zendaya echoed that, calling the experience strange, confusing, and highly invasive.
Which forces a strategic adaptation, right? When you realize you cannot control the telephoto lenses outside your window, the only logical response is to build an impenetrable wall around your milestones.
They essentially stopped trying to manage the external narrative and just shut off the valve of personal information completely.
Which leads directly to their secret December 2024 engagement. According to the reporting, Tom traveled to ask Zendaya's father, Kazembe Ajamu Coleman, for his blessing during the holidays.
Notice the duality of his character there. It is a deeply traditional, highly respectful gesture from a man whose breakout pop culture moment involved breaking the internet in a latex corset.
It's such a great point. He navigates seamlessly between boundary-pushing performance art and quiet traditional respect for family structures.
And the execution of this privacy strategy over the subsequent years is remarkable. Like in January 2025, Zendaya attends the Golden Globes wearing a prominent diamond ring on her wedding finger.
And when the press asks about it, she just gives a coy smile and a shrug. Zero verbal confirmation.
Then fast forward to September 2025. Tom is on a public panel. A reporter casually refers to Zendaya as his girlfriend, and Tom just laughs, interrupts the reporter, and issues a single word correction: fiancé.
Just the absolute minimum amount of data required to establish the truth.
Right, without opening the door for follow-up questions. But the tension really accelerated in March 2026 when Zendaya's stylist, Law Roach, attended the Actor Awards.
Oh, he dropped a localized bomb on the red carpet. He basically told reporters the wedding had already happened and they all missed it.
Which finally brings us to the massive 2026 reveal. Tom sits down with Esquire magazine and officially confirms they are married. And later in the episode, we'll talk about the cultural legacy of all this. The catalyst for him breaking this silence is just shocking.
It wasn't an upcoming movie release or a coordinated PR magazine cover. The catalyst was his grandmother.
Wait, his grandmother? How did she get involved?
So earlier this year, AI-generated fake wedding photos of Tom and Zendaya went massively viral across social media. The deepfakes were incredibly sophisticated.
Oh, wow. Yeah, AI is getting terrifyingly good.
It really is. Tom's grandmother saw these images and texted him in an absolute panic, questioning if the photos were real and asking if she had somehow been excluded from the guest list.
No way. That is heartbreaking, but also really highlights a shift in public relations. If his own grandmother is confused by the algorithm, the digital illusion has caused real-world distress.
Exactly. In an era where generative AI can manufacture reality, the traditional celebrity PR denial is obsolete. If a publicist releases a statement claiming the photos are fabricated, the internet simply debates the statement.
The only currency left is unassailable, verified truth from the source.
Right. So when the Esquire reporter asked if he had to explain the situation to anyone else in his family, Holland delivered the ultimate confirmation. He replied, no, because they were all there.
Oh, that is so good. He used the absolute truth to instantly neutralize the AI rumors, reassures his family, confirms the news, and then reinforces his boundaries by saying, that's all you'll get on that.
But building that fortress creates a new set of questions. With both of them being so intensely private, why are they suddenly making joint red carpet appearances right now?
Like the massive photo call in Madrid for Spider-Man. Brand new day.
Yeah, that hits theaters on July 31st, 2026. And they are willingly letting the entire lip-sync battle story resurface in the press. Why pivot to this level of visibility now?
Well, Holland's recent media appearances offer a clear explanation. During his interview on Gordon Ramsay's Scrambled series, he specifically noted that he feels very secure and happy enjoying his life right now.
We really have to consider the context of time here. They are no longer 20-year-olds thrown into the chaotic machinery of a global franchise.
Right. They are approaching 30. The fortress they built over the last 5 years is fully established. Because their foundation is secure, they can afford to step into the Madrid spotlight or laugh about a decade-old drag performance.
They hold the keys to the front door, deciding exactly when to open it and when to lock it.
And if you are fascinated by how celebrities navigate this kind of fame, stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next.
Because the reason they can navigate this era with such security is that Holland has entirely embraced the cultural legacy of that 2-minute television spot. It's empirical proof that authentic self-expression has a much longer shelf life than manufactured stardom.
The statistical data is just staggering. The original Comedy Central video has accumulated over 172.5 million views on YouTube.
He actually spoke about this recently on Amy Poehler's Good Hang podcast. He admitted he receives more compliments and fan interaction for that single dance routine than for any piece of acting work he has ever completed.
Wait, really? More than the Spider-Man?
Yeah. The public rarely approaches him to discuss playing a superhero. They approach him to discuss lip-syncing to Rihanna.
That is incredible, and Amy Poehler identified exactly why it resonates so deeply nearly 10 years later. She pointed out that the enduring appeal is rooted in Holland's exceptional comfort with his feminine side.
Which is a profound deviation from the standard presentation of a Hollywood action star. Usually it's all about lifting weights, martial arts, and projecting stoic invulnerability.
But if we examine his background, it makes perfect sense. He grew up in southwest London doing ballet, gymnastics, and acrobatics. In 2008, he starred in the West End production of Billy Elliot the Musical.
He literally spent his formative years navigating the dynamics of what is coded as male versus female in professional dance. And he leveraged that theatrical background to completely dismantle the Hollywood leading man archetype.
He didn't just survive the lip-sync performance, he attacked it with absolute 100% commitment. His dad's eventual advice was that if he was going to defy the warnings, he had to give it everything he had.
And it's that willingness to be foolish that often reveals our greatest internal strengths. By dropping the macho facade, he achieved an unprecedented level of cultural resonance.
Which really brings this all back to you. Consider how you handle the boundaries of your own professional or personal identity.
Exactly. Sometimes the things we do purely for the joy of it or the massive risks we take that our mentors actively warn us against end up being the exact moments that define our trajectory.
By taking off the armor, Tom Holland didn't ruin his career. He solidified it and attracted the exact right person into his life who recognized that raw confidence.
When you map out the entire timeline from the source material, it's just an incredible sequence of events. We've traced a path from a 2-day rehearsal for a goofy TV stunt to a world-famous viral sensation to the spark of a fiercely protected Hollywood marriage.
We have unpacked the mechanics of the risk, the psychology of the romance, the modern threat of AI rumors, and the ultimate triumph of authentic vulnerability.
Which leaves us with a final provocative thought to consider long after we wrap up today.
Yeah, in an era where every celebrity move is highly manicured, managed by crisis teams, and designed for an algorithm, Tom Holland's ultimate cultural legacy might not actually be playing a world-saving superhero.
His greatest footprint is a fleeting moment of pure, unfiltered joy in artificial rain. It really begs the question, what is the umbrella moment in your own life that you have been too afraid to perform?
Just taking off the armor to see what is underneath.
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.